Come on, Peter. Let's just do it.
So many strange new faces here today. I know my mom would be very touched and probably a little suspicious. My mother was a very secretive and private woman. Miss Grandma, you know you were her favorite, right? Even when you were a little baby, she wouldn't let me feed you because she needed to feed you. She was a very difficult woman, which maybe explains me.
I recognize you from your mother.
What?
Sometimes I swear I can feel her in the room.
Oh my God, what's that?
She isn't gone.
Hello and welcome to What the Flick. You've just seen part of the trailer for Hereditary. That's what we're going to be talking about. I'm Matt, that's Alonso, that's Christy, and real quick, should you decide to go see this, you can go to adamtickets.com, use the code WTF5, get $5 off your first purchase for tickets for this film, or any film really. Hereditary is a movie that gave me bad dreams that night. Alonso, will you tell us what it's about?
Yeah, this is a movie that people have been talking about since Sundance. It's the feature debut of writer-director Ari Aster, and it stars Toni Collette as a woman whose mother passes away, and they had a complicated relationship, and her late mother had a complicated relationship with Colette's kids, and things just get stranger from there. This is really hard to talk about without spoiling.
It is, but we will.
It's a horror movie, but it's also a really kind of just dark, messed up family drama.
I would actually say it is more of a psychological thriller. I mean, because horrific things happen.
Who do they?
And bloody things happen, but to me, this didn't scare me so much as it was deeply unsettling, and it put me on edge, and it put me in a mood. This is masterfully shot, and the sound design is exquisite. And this is a movie you really, really need to see in a theater to appreciate how much thought and care went into the details of every shot, every edit, the reflection of light in various surfaces, including there's one shot I won't forget of Alex Wolff, who plays Toni Collette's son, and he sits up and like the light from something red outside is flashing in his eyes, and it is so disturbing. And again, it's not scary. It's just really creepy, unsettling and really disturbing, and it will change your mood for many, many hours afterwards.
We talk. I know that I will talk about movies having a sense of dread. This is the all-time grand champion of that. Like I just got more and more tense as the movie goes on, and you know, having the trailer. We talked about the trailer. The trailer for this movie is terrific.
Gives away nothing.
Gives away nothing, and the movie so delivers on that promise, except for the end.
But that's the thing, and again, we're not gonna get into spoilers here, but like I've been hearing raves about this movie for months, and I have to say, now that I've seen it, I'm about 92% on board with the acclaim for this film. I agree with you. It is exquisitely put together. The shots are amazing. The editing, the sound design, all that stuff is put together. The performances across the board are really great. And it drew me in a way where, again, I think as a dark family drama, it's great. And then it sort of like plays its other hand, and I'm like, oh.
When it explains what it is.
Yeah, well, because when it does that, it's like, we've been here before. I know what this is. This isn't nearly as interesting as that other movie you were making up until now.
I'm not sure I wanted it explained to me in its entirety in any way.
That too,
a little bit of ambiguity could have served it better, perhaps.
Now, we talked about this the other day when we were shooting and we weren't on camera. So I'm gonna say this as obliquely as I can. I don't think it does explain what it is.
Okay.
I actually think, I think it stays what it starts out as, and as the movie goes on, you get hints of that. You know, Toni Collette, after she loses her mother, she's not going through a lot of grief because they had such a tormented relationship. And then you see, as she opens up more and more about her family's history, you start to think, oh, okay, and I think that the movie ends up true to that. Maybe not as effectively as it could have been. but I really, you know, the more I think about it, the more I'm convinced of that. But also, you know, again, that sense of dread and the way it got me thinking, like, I had dreams about this movie that night, and my wife had to wake me up because I was yelling in my sleep.
Oh my God.
Like, because I was.
That didn't happen to me.
I dreamt I was in the movie. It was really messed up. Wow. And like, there were scenes after the end that, like, in my head, I had thought, okay, well, this will fix it. But oh my God, this is
Because I was so annoyed by how things wind up that was what I left the theater with, and it was only later and thinking about it, I was like, no, before that part, it's really good. Like I remember it was the same thing happening with the first time I saw The Virgin Suicides. I remember leaving that movie thinking that wasn't good, and then thinking back, I was like, wait, no, but there's all that good stuff. Why did I think that? So I watched it again, and I realized like the very ending of that movie bugged me. And so again, with this one, I think there's so much to recommend for a first feature. This is a very assured filmmaker, storyteller at work. But, you know, I mean, you should totally see it, and yes, you should totally see it in the theater. But, you know, like,
I also want to mention,
scale down those expectations because I know people are super looking forward to this movie.
But I think, like, you're talking about, like, really, it's that last minute. Like, it's almost like everything
last 5 or 10, you know.
I want to mention, we're talking about technically how profoundly great it is. Colin Stetson is the composer, the music in this is really unsettling.
And it's mixed in a really interesting way.
Yes, we have not raved enough about Toni Collette.
She's amazing in this.
Great Toni Collette performance. Give her all the awards now. And I know that horror, if we want to call it horror, does not get acknowledged as much as it should. For the performance element of it.
Kathy Bates or Jodie Foster.
Yeah, or unless you're Mia Farrow and Rosemary's Baby or something like that.
Right.
So this is so much range and so unpredictable from one moment to the next.
And Alex Wolff.
Alex Wolff is really good as so much of it rests on him.
Yeah.
Millie Shapiro, who plays the daughter in this, is deeply creepy. And of course, our favorite person ever, Ann Dowd, who's in like 4 movies this week.
Yeah,
She's in a lot of stuff this week.
She gets around.
Go see it. Don't read reviews beforehand.
Yeah,
there's so much hype.
Go in as cold as you can.
There's
Why
so
are you
much
watching
hype
this?
for this movie, and I feel like this happens a lot with Sundance movies. That nothing could possibly match the expectations.
Yeah, when they open at sea level, suddenly it's like, what were y'all thinking? But no,
it's great.
There's a lot to like here.
I'm saying 8.5.
What did I say?
You said 7.9.
7.9.
All right.
Yeah, I'm giving it an 8. That, again, drops the ball at the very, very, very end.
Okay, so 8.1 is our number. It's at 94% on the Tomato Meter. Go see it in a theater this weekend. Enjoy. Bye-bye.